talking away. I don't know what I'm to say, I say it anyway. Today is another day to find you shying away. I'll be coming back for your love, okay? Take on me. Take me on. I'll be gone for a day or two. So needless to say, of odds and ends, but I'll be stumbling away. So slowly learning life, okay, take on me. Take me on. I'll be in a day or two. Take on me. Take me on. I'll be gone in a day or two. In a day or two.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is how we are getting tonight started. A very good evening and welcome to tonight's event in celebrating that is Women in Business. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation for tonight, and thank you for gracing us, that is, with your presence. Tonight is going to be a beautiful evening. My name is Weya Kabandunge, and I'll be your MC for tonight, ensuring that we celebrate proudly and truly Namibian women that are in business, that are game changers, that are pathfinders. Ladies and gentlemen, I think all our finalists for tonight deserve a round of applause. We also like to say a very good evening to everybody watching us that is online, that is on our Facebook page for this evening. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to all our sponsors for having made the 2019 edition of the Namibian Businesswoman Awards possible, right? So also a round of applause for our sponsors for the 2019 edition. Thank you very much for being part of it. Tonight, like we said, we are celebrating women that have made remarkable strides in their different industries. They wear their hats being mothers, businesswomen, and all-round businesswomen, all right? Let's put it like that. So thank you very much to everybody that's joining us for tonight. Thank you for the celebration tonight. We celebrate you, and Thank you for being here for tonight. Now, giving us that is an overview in terms of what the Namibian Businesswoman Awards is all about and why we're all gathered. That's here for tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together. That is for partner of Namibia Economist, organizer and of the Namibian Businesswoman Projects. That is Desiree London Muller.
Good evening. It's wonderful to see all of you here tonight. And even in this dire economic situation that we are, I am so pleased to see that we've managed to get a hall full of people supporting our event. Thank you so much. Director of Ceremonies, Madam First Lady of the Republic of Namibia, Monica Geingoss, members of the Diplomatic Corps, dignitaries of the Government of Namibia, our current Namibian Businesswoman of the Year, Nangula Kauluma, Young Businesswoman of the Year, Esmeralda Kachurua, representatives of the sponsors, Telecom Namibia, Bank Windhoek, and Jaguar, representatives of our additional sponsors, former winners of the award, semi-finalists in this year's awards, colleagues in the media, ladies and gentlemen. Our theme for this evening, avant-garde, says so much about the reason why we are here tonight. The definition of avant-garde literally for people that are experimental or innovative. They push the boundaries of what is accepted as the norm or the status quo. We face an exciting but uncertain time ahead. The disruption of the fourth industrial revolution will echo across our time and change every facet of work and life over the coming decades. We need to confront global challenges such as climate change, the rise of new diseases and superbugs, and the socio-economic effects of workplace automation. Improvements in medicine will extend the human lifespan, leading to aging populations and swelling numbers of people. This is putting strain on our natural resources and force us to develop innovative new ways to meet basic human needs for food, water, and shelter. These new technologies, such as the artificial intelligence, gene editing, quantum computing, will upend traditional industries and disrupt our lives in ways that we cannot yet predict. While the poverty rate in Africa may have fallen, according to the World Bank data, the actual number of poor has increased, mainly thanks to rapid population growth. Over the next decade, Africa will add 15 to 20 million people to the global workforce every year. Whilst populations age and population growth stalls in much of the developed world, Africa is set to reach a working age population of 1 billion by 2050. These millennial workers will power the global economic engine in the second part of the century, but they need the digital skills to succeed. Some experts predict that today's children will witness humanity's greatest challenges in their lifetime. It is our duty as guardians of their future, to equip them with the knowledge and the tools to rise to this challenge. According to the latest Global Entrepreneurship Monitor Women's Report, Sub-Saharan Africa has the highest female entrepreneurship rates in the world. 25.9% of the female adult population is engaged in early-stage entrepreneurial activity in some form. 6 out of 10 said they started a business because of opportunity and not need. The disadvantage posed by a lack of infrastructure is being turned into a competitive edge as innovators develop future-fit solutions unburdened by legacy systems. In a hyper-connected global economy, we collectively share success and failure. We have all the ingenuity, innovation, energy, curiosity, and tools to rise to the great challenge of our time. The Namibia Economist, as the leading business publication in Namibia, is committed to the empowerment of women, as it is a central aim of sustainable development, and without it, the economy will not grow at its optimal rate. Social change cannot be brought about merely through legislation, and it is encouraged by leadership and example. The platform created by the Businesswoman of the Year Awards empowers all women with a positive image, turning them into role models who play a meaningful role in the lives of other women, and in particular, young women. Gender balance is essential for economies and communities to thrive. Collective action and shared responsibility for driving a gender balanced world is key, and collectively we can all play a part. What is empowerment all about? It is quite simple. It's all about choice. Fundamentally, empowerment means that girls and women have the power to make their own decisions about their lives, from when and who to marry, to when and whether to have children, to what kind of career to pursue. When girls and women have choice over their bodies and their lives, they can thrive, and so can their families and their communities. Modern contraception, education, and access to mobile technologies and financial savings are a few of the important solutions that are important to empower women. 23 years ago, when The Economist obtained the rights to the Namibia Businesswoman Awards, little could we imagine that this will develop into the premier showcase for the ability of Namibia's industrious women. The awards have grown in scope and stature to the extent that today they have become career enablers. There are many a professional or businesswoman whose careers, already impressive when they were nominated, were elevated to stratospheric level once they took one of the awards home. Some 10 years ago, we took the key decision to extend the award cycle to 24 months and to expand the number of categories. This created several disadvantages, of which the most important are that the winner's tenure is extended to 2 years, and that 4 categories could be created to accommodate a larger number of career women. Since the individuals who win the grand title by nature of their accomplishments are very busy people, a 2-year tenure has increased significantly the time that she stays in the limelight, allowing her to maximize the exposure from this prestigious title. Furthermore, conferring the awards in 3 major categories for senior women has included many more professional women and corporate leaders who previously were reluctant to run on the same track as entrepreneurs. In the final instance, creating a dedicated category for young women has laid the groundwork for early achievers to be recognized at an early stage in their careers. These young candidates are full of potential and could in future also become the Businesswoman of the Year. Tonight, you will meet a selected crop of Namibia's finest female business, corporate, and professional leaders. These women are astonishing in what they achieve, often against the greatest odds and with much sacrifice. Still, they are women in the fullest sense of the word, forming vital links between their communities, their families, and the environment in which they operate. Over the past 25 years, the title of the Namibia Businesswoman of the Year has conferred to 18 individuals. So yes, please give us a hand. Tonight, we will learn who fills the shoes of the 19th Businesswoman of the Year. And since the categories were expanded, another 55 women have received recognition as finalists in the categories. The majority of these women are still active in their careers, ever going upwards and ever reaching new heights. Many of them are also supporters of our Economist networking breakfasts and participate as members of the Katuka mentorship program. To date, one of the projects with the biggest impact on developing and promoting the careers of hundreds of women. It is very important to know that the awards are bestowed solely on merit. There is nothing any of these nominees could do to improve their ratings, other than present their achievements in a quantified format to comply with a comparative framework developed specifically over many years to give every single nominee a chance to receive the highest accolade for her commitment and dedication. During the adjudication process, the criteria switches from quantitative to qualitative. It is given that any of the nominees is already an accomplished achiever. However, as the judging progresses, the emphasis shifts to each individual's unique qualities that makes her a candidate for any of the awards. It is in the final phase of judging that the most outstanding nominees are vetted for their own personal strengths and abilities that they display not only in their professional careers, but also in a wider context, in the communities of which they form part of. The awards are conferred in 4 categories. The first one is business owner, second community and government, private and corporate, and then young businesswoman. One of the 3 category winners, excluding the young businesswoman, will be Namibia's top businesswoman, making her the 90th recipient tonight. The process to find the new businesswoman of the year started early in the year when nominations were invited. And on 17 September, those nominees who made it through the paper trail were announced. The judging process started the next day, and here the semi-finals are revealed. In alphabetical order, business owner category, all the way from the north, we have Hendrina Hangun Nakola, owner NATO Pharmaceuticals. Simone Knobloch, owner Corpo Alma and Curie Medical Aesthetics Distributors. Levine Smit, owner Blik Beker Trading. Our second category, community and government, is Wayo Akwenye, Chief Executive Officer, One Economy Foundation. Aleta Isis, Oshikoto Director, Ministry of Education. Desiree Matthias, Presidential Advisor, Youth Matters and Enterprise Development Office of the President. In the category Private and Corporate Sector, Chantal Husselman, Tax Partner, PwC. Esther Kali, CEO, Letshego Holdings Limited. Stefanie Viljoen, Group Executive, Human Capital and Citizenship, Capricorn Investment Group. And then for the young businesswoman, we have Hilya Ielu. She's the co-founder and director of African Pathfinder Leaders Initiative. Mia Koster, partner Six and Stones Architectural Studio. Gesa Pinchensham, she's the administrative manager of Oshona Property Management Company. Those are all our finalists for tonight. To give you an indication of how the categories are defined, business owner, they are owners with a 50% share or more in a business and a responsibility for key management decision. Private and corporate sector award, employees in the private and corporate sectors, all owners with a less than 50% shares of a business. Community and government, employees of government departments, statutory bodies, and not-for-profit organizations. Young Businesswoman of the Year Award, all entrants in one of the above categories, but who were 30 years or younger as at 5 June 2019. On behalf of the women of Namibia, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to our main sponsors, long-standing sponsor Telecom Namibia, and Bank Windhoek and Jaguar Windhoek for their unwavering commitment. They enable us to send the Businesswoman of the Year to an international conference for women and to organize and host this wonderful event. Our other smaller sponsors include Regis Business Center, where all the adjudication took place, from the Namibia Chamber of Commerce and Industry, who assisted us in the nomination process and getting entry forms distributed right across the country. Fly West Air, that assisted us in getting the judges to all the outlying areas to do the judging process. And Roots Importers for the trophies and the wine on the table. Thank you so much. Without you, tonight would not be a reality. The Businesswoman of the Year enjoys extensive media coverage nationally. So to the winners, we encourage you to use this and other publicity opportunities that will arise. In addition to a heightened company profile and a boosted staff morale, increased sales follow naturally for the winner of this prestigious award. I trust that the Businesswoman Awards is an enlightening event that reveals to you the unlimited talent that exists in our society. Let the achievements be your inspiration. I thank you.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully all our finalists and their stories will serve as motivation for you to maybe also, pursue that is your purpose, if not as yet, pursue it fully. So tonight is a night filled with inspiration and motivation in terms of making you think, what would my legacy be? Would they remember my name 10 years from now? That's what tonight, that's what we're hoping tonight does for you in terms of inspiring you to be bold, to be loud, and to be unapologetically yourself, that is within the different industries that you represent. Right. So once again, thank you very much for being here, Desiree. Thank you very much, you and your team, plus the sponsors that have made tonight possible. Surely backing that is women, and as we know, like the saying goes, is that the future is female, and that future is right now. And tonight we get to celebrate all those Namibian women that are totally remarkable in their different fields. Now, talking about our sponsors and having thanked them, let's get to hear from them, that is for tonight. And calling up our first sponsor for tonight from Jaguar Windhoek, that is the principal, dealer principal, Mr. Albert Pretorius.
Plenty of speeches tonight. A very good evening to all of you tonight. What a privilege it is for me and the Jaguar brand to be part of this prestigious event. There has always been a mutual synergy between us. Thank you, Desiree, for allowing us to be part of this great event. My monologue tonight is around what's to come. If you have ever speculated about the future, I will give you some awareness of what to expect. I will enlighten you a little bit on what is already here and what's on its way, and why we need to embrace that. This is a Jaguar I-Pace. It's already on the road, and people are already driving it in the world. I am not just using this car because it's one of ours. I use it because that vehicle there is the current World Car Design of the Year, World Green Car of the Year, the Europe Car of the Year. It's even the German Car of the Year, made in the UK. And then the big one, this is the current world car of the year overall, that car there. Why is that vehicle the world car of the year? Well, you can lock, unlock, start the car from your cell phone. Boring. You can switch your radio or your aircon or your heater while sitting in your house having your post toasties or your Rice Krispies. But this car does not require any petrol or any diesel. No water, no oil. This car does not have a gearbox. There's no drivetrain, there's no combustion. There is no engine. There are just two electrical motors a bit bigger than your washing machines. It updates the software itself. It will call your dealership when you are in distress. There is no CO2 emissions, no killing of trees. Everything gets recycled. It does no harm to the environment. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a fully fledged electrical car. It's called an EV, electrical vehicle. It works off a battery that will give you close to 480 kilometers per charge. It consists of a powerful battery, a serious computer box, and a couple of bits and end pieces that makes it move. This is not a little golf cart. It is a serious and fast car. For the petrol heads here tonight, 4.8 seconds. And it's very economical as well. You will be able to charge it at your house, at your shopping center, in your parking area, at your gym. Electricity will be much cheaper than petrol and diesel. This car does not make noises. In fact, it is very quiet. It is so quiet that it needs an outside sound to warn pedestrians that there's an EV coming towards them. It's true. They have also, and developed by Jaguar, they've created an artificial noise on the outside of the vehicle to warn guide dogs for the blind people. They've developed a sound that is recognizable by the guide dogs to not to lead their blind partners into upcoming electrical vehicles. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the future of what we will be driving. The future will have no petrol and no diesel vehicles in it. Oor en verby, gone. Our children and grandchildren one day also fly in planes that will be on battery power. Imagine that. It's quite scary. Our Jaguar I-Pace is the forerunner of things to come. Many more will come. All the brands will have to adjust to this new technology. They are all busy at it now. Part of that change is that we need to look at our environmental future and change it quickly. Look into our world and see where we can improve that. We owe it to our children and their futures. We need to fix it. That's what we can still fix now, because we messed it up. We let it slip. We ignored it. We are part of that generation who allowed that to happen. We are the culprits. We have got a responsibility to turn it back. We here tonight must do our bit to stop it. In summary, we need to create an electrifying experience, connecting people to prepare them for this future coming. We must take charge, and they must take charge of their future and our future. Projects like this, the Businesswoman of the Year, are the catalysts to assist those who want to be assisted. You will tonight meet some of the female leaders of that future coming. Their future will be different to ours, especially mine. There is a dazzling amount of electrifying energy within this room. Use it to improve the futures of all people, as well as our very, very vulnerable environment. Ladies and gentlemen, the future will be electrifying. I thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that was pretty impressive, Alfred. I think another round of applause for Jaguar Windhoek. Don't you all want that car? Very impressive, very impressive. That future, I say it better be tomorrow, because that would save us all a whole lot of coins. So thank you to Jaguar Windhoek for being part of our sponsors for the 2019 edition of the Namibian Businesswoman Awards. Now, to call on let's get on our next sponsor for tonight, and having mentioned coins, Managing Director of Bank Windhoek, can I please have on stage that Berenice Hans.
After listening to Albert, my current car feels like a steam engine. So I wish I could just take it back. Our First Lady, Madam Monica Gainkos, the organizers of the Namibia Economist Businesswoman of the Year, finalists of the 2019 Namibia Economist Businesswoman of the Year, the current Namibia Economist Businesswoman of the Year, Nangula Kauluma, fellow sponsors, invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, Bank Windhoek strongly believes in the abilities of women, their ability to self-actualize and achieve their dreams, and their ability to create employment and to make a difference in the community, in the communities and society at large through their contribution to the Namibian economy. Women are the glue that holds society together, and this fact needs to be celebrated. Thank you. Honoring women for their accomplishments and hard work is a wonderful way to thank them and inspire others in the community. A strong woman is the one who can dare to raise her voice for the cause she believes in, and this strength lives in the corner of every woman's heart. It just needs to be searched. It is therefore truly heartbreaking to read about the high levels of gender-based violence cases that are being reported countrywide. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to categorically state tonight that Bank Windhoek condemns gender-based violence. We want to live in and contribute towards a society that is inclusive and protects the rights of all Namibians. Bank Windhoek is a proud member of the Capricorn Group and the only truly Namibian bank. Thank you. And although unlike Jaguar, we're not yet building electric cars, you can certainly finance them. Thank you. So on that note, our corporate social responsibility objectives are aligned with the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations, of which gender equality is one. Bank Windhoek is a proud sponsor and supporter of the Namibia Economist Businesswoman of the Year, and will also be awarding this evening's winner with a Bank Windhoek account credited with 10,000 Namibian dollars. To the finalists this evening, congratulations. This title gives women the platform to learn, to explore, and to further develop their leadership skills. Some of the lessons that I personally learned on this journey include the need to befriend time and to make it work for us, the importance of being able to reframe issues positively, managing the challenges of how to be fully focused and emotionally present, both at work and at home, how to prevent working mom guilt from holding us back, the need to become distinct and to stand out from a crowd, understanding and being able to craft a strong personal brand, and lastly, discovering the power of choice. As Bank Windhoek journeys together with the Namibia Economist Businesswoman of the Year, we look forward to celebrating the success of women who make a positive impact on business in Namibia. I would like to thank the Namibia Economist Businesswoman of the Year team for their efforts and congratulate the finalists one more time. Best of luck to each and every one of you, and I thank you.
Thank you very much, Bank Windhoek, for being part of us for 2019. And surely I think we can all agree, after Jaguar's presentation, all our cars, we don't, I think we can trade it in and figure out how to upgrade from that. Now, moving on to our last sponsor, that's for tonight. I would like to call on, that is Head Corporate Communication and Public Relations, that is at Telecom Namibia. Can I please have Oiva Angula on stage?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I will just correct that. Ladies have really taken over. As you can see, I'm not Oiva Angula. I am the new head of communications. My name is Nomvula Kondombolo Kambinda. Okay. First Lady, Madame Monica Gainkos, current holder of the awards Nangula Koluma, fellow sponsors, organizers of the Businesswoman Awards, members of the media, all protocol observed. Ladies, wow. As I drove to this event tonight, I could not help but smile. And when I got to my table and I saw the list of nominees, I was just astounded by the talent that we have in this country. I'm truly humbled to be in the presence of such excellence. Every single one of you radiate positive energy as you push the boundaries. It is contagious. I can't help but smile in admiration of all your accumulated achievements. Gentlemen, thank you for making time to come celebrate our Namibian sisters. The corporate world and entrepreneurial space are no longer male-dominated grounds. The wind of change have swept across this nation and across the world. It's time to adapt or move over. It's been 19 years since the Businesswoman of the Year Awards were hosted. That in itself is an astonishing feat. Kudos to the organizing team. What is more impressive is the caliber of nominees. The judges definitely had a difficult task to come up with the winners that we are going to see tonight. No matter today's outcome, you are all winners. Because of you, our daughters, our sisters, our mothers work in confidence, knowing their future is bright and opportunities are in abundance. Njeri Rionge, co-founder of Wanaki Online, one of Africa's leading entrepreneurs and one of the very few women entrepreneurs in the ICT sector on the African continent, once said, taking an idea that's on paper or in your head and moving it forward into real, tangible action is the true spirit of entrepreneurship. We are here today to celebrate and award that entrepreneurial spirit, which is embodied by all the nominees. Your achievements inspire so many others to follow in your footsteps. We might not know your journey, but we know that greatness is upon you. Your hard work, dedication, passion, relentless commitment to your craft has brought you to this stage. Congratulations to all the nominees. Telecom Namibia. Telecom Namibia has been a sponsor, very proud sponsor of the awards for the past 15 years. Telecom is committed to the development and recognition of businesswomen within Namibia. We share your world every day, connecting you to the world by a click of a button. We strive to bring you the best technology to ensure your businesses is at the technological forefront and you have all the necessary tools to continue your business dominance. To transform our economy, we require exploring more productive sectors through promoting manufacturing, developing services, creating strategies for green growth, and modernizing our agricultural sector. You as business leaders are at the forefront of this change. I ask that you put people at the center of policy making to improve Namibia's competitiveness and the well-being of all Namibians. Rwanda has given us a roadmap to success, and that is strong women build strong nations. We are well on our way in Namibia with 46.15% representation in parliament, putting Namibia 10th in the global rankings. Today, we have more women in leadership positions than before, as it is testimony to the entries received in this year's awards. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to leave you with a few words from author Stephanie Lahart. If you sincerely want to be successful in life, all you need is one person to believe in you, and that one person should be you. As long as you genuinely believe in yourself, you can and you will be a success. Your mindset is a powerful force. What you think and how you think will be the ultimate factor of your journey's end. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you very much, Nombula. And indeed, hopefully you are getting that inspiration that you need for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Like you said, you are your biggest fan after all, right? Because nobody can do you better than you, and that is your power. All right, so make sure that you get to use it to your advantage at the end of the day, in terms of, like I mentioned a bit earlier on, that what would your legacy be if people had to mention a Monica Gengos? What do they think of when it comes to your name, all right? So hopefully tonight you're getting inspired in terms of doing what you can do with what you have where you are. So thank you very much to our sponsors for tonight and for being part of the 2019 edition of the Namibian Businesswoman Awards. Now we are going to move on to some entertainment, and obviously we're getting a bit closer and closer to the big moment in terms of rewarding our finalists and ultimately finding out who's the 2019 Namibia Businesswoman, who's going to walk away with that award a bit later on for tonight, all right? So our entertainment for tonight, he started off a bit earlier on. He is a Namibian Annual Music Award winner, all right? And he hails all the way from the coastal side of the country. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back on stage, that is Von Arends.
Riding on the wall. There is superstitious. Let us bow to fall. A 13-month-old baby broke the looking glass. Several years of bad luck. Good things in the past. Oh, if you believe in things you don't understand, you suffer. Superstition lead the way. Very superstition. Wash your face and hands. Very superstition. Catch me if you can. Oh, you believe in things you don't understand. You suffer. Superstition ain't the way. Superstition ain't the way. Lately I'm not choosing or bruising my way. Cursed by your demons still calling my name. I hear them calling my name. Calling my name. Could see me through darkness before I ascend. Will you see me through our times and not close the door from end to end? You think I can't hear you when you're screaming out loud. You think that I feel when you're drawing your soul right out of your mouth. Should I me before I decay into the mispine so wolfish, babe, and leave before you get to say you only love people as trophy. Lately I'm not choosing or losing my way. Cursed by your demons who call my name. Hear them calling, calling, calling my name, calling my name. This is the life I've chosen. see more highs than lows. So, mirror, mirror, could you make it clear? Cause they don't know how my prophecy goes. I was born to be king, I was born for the dream, I was built for the ring, I'm in love with the screen. So I do this for the babies that laugh, in case they ever ask. I just hope I can make it alright. Lately I'm not choosing or bruising my way. Cursed by your demons to calling my name. Hear them calling, calling, calling my name. Calling my name.
A big thank you there. That is to Vaughn. He'll be back a bit later on to entertain us. That's for this evening. We get to continue. That is with tonight's program, ladies and gentlemen. This is the part where we would like to thank, that is, our judges. Right? As Desiree mentioned a bit earlier on, that there's a group of judges that have dedicated their time to be part of this project and ensuring that we get the very best of the businesswoman to be awarded, that is for the 2019 edition. And we would like to thank the judges, that is for a job well done. And thank you very much. Can we give a round of applause to our judges? Thank you very much. And also we'd like to thank our auditor, all right, Corinne, who is an audit partner at Grant Thornton, for ensuring that all our results for tonight are verified. So thank you very much. That is Corinne, right? So the judges, we would like to make known to you, and I would just ask them to just stand wherever it is that they're seated for tonight, so we can just see and thank you. Our first judge, who basically is part of the judging panel for the 2019 edition, we would like to call on, or just like to thank, that is Mr. Gerson Kashimune, who is the board chairperson of NAMFISA. Gerson, can you just stand where you are? Thank you very much. All right, our next judge is Mr. Don. He's not here tonight, but he's representing, that is the First Rand Group Board. And also we'd like to thank, that is Ms. Irene, CEO, Stillform Group. Thank you very much. And also a big thank you goes to Sarah Shivute, Head Specialist Finance Bank, Windhoek. Thank you, Sarah. Louise Chihuameni, Deputy Executive Director, Ministry of Public Enterprise. Thank you very much. There she is. And also a big thank you goes out to Daniel Steenman, Managing Partner and Editor, Namibia Economist. All right, and also a big thank you goes out to Dr. Van Lieden, Executive Director, Omuramba Impact Investing. There she is. All right, and also a big thank you to our final judge for tonight. She is Head Economics and Sector Research, CRAN, Helen Vosloo. There you go. So those are our judges, and thank you very much. And to speak on behalf of our judges, I'd like to call on, that is Mr. Gerson Kashimune, to say a few words for tonight.
Madam Gainkos, First Lady, organizers, contestants, dear colleague judges, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to deliver this speech of mine in my vernacular. Then I realized that the complexity of the topic will make it impossible for whoever translating to give the right translation. Thus, I have now been, I'm not saying forced, but I'm forced to deliver it in foreign language, which is an operational official language of Namibia. That is English, or perhaps Namlish, I'm not sure. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been involved with these awards as a judge for almost 20 years. If my memory serves me correct, I was first co-opted as a judge for the Corporate Professional Award in 1999. At that time, I was the managing director of Mutual and Federal Namibia, today known as the Old Mutual Short-Term Insurance, Namibia. Since my first involvement, I have seen a continuous refinement of the judging process to eliminate all practical obstacles encountered over the years. It has also become a standard feature of the entire process that all results are consolidated and audited by an independent auditor. Let me explain some of the practical considerations which we had to deal with and what process we implemented to ensure fair, unbiased, and an impartial judging. You will appreciate how difficult it is to compare a high-flying corporate achiever to a grassroots entrepreneur who had to build up everything from ground up by herself. The entire judging process depends on 5 levels of screening. This is an important built-in safety feature to ensure that the outcome is reliable. The first level is the fact that nomination can only be by an independent third party. No businesswoman can nominate herself. Second, she has to accept the nomination and volunteer to go through an arduous documentary phase. This in itself is quite an undertaking. From the third level onwards, the formal judging process kicks in. The more senior nominees participate in one of 3 main categories, while the young businesswomen compete in their own category. A separate panel of judges is used for all the category interviews. Every nominee must then do a panel interview with all 3 judges assigned to a category. This is followed by the 4th level of screening, or the second round of formal judging. In this round, all nominees who have scored above the minimum score in the panel judging are visited in their places of work individually by each judge. The final round of judging is again done by a panel of 3 judges selected from the 9 judges who took care of round 1 and 2. In this phase, judging shifts to the qualitative aspects of the individual nominees. Now we are into the most important part of adjudication process, and each nominee who reach this level must be visited again by those judges who did not visit her in the first 2 rounds, if she was not in their respective categories. Round 3 produces final score that is consolidated by the auditor and amalgamated with the scores of the first rounds. A weighting of criteria is also applied to ensure that the final outcome is 100% aligned to the combined opinion expressed by the judges through their individual scores. I trust that you now have an understanding of how elaborate the adjudication process is, and that you appreciate what a serious task it is for the judges to give a credible score that culminates in the winner of the grand title of the Namibian Businesswoman of the Year. With this brief account, I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you very much to all our judges and making sure that we have those top 3 finalists that is in each of our 4 categories. That's for tonight, and ultimately that is our winner for Namibia Businesswoman Award for 2019. That is coming up a bit later on. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, your dinner will be served, and we'll be back in about 45 or so minutes. In the meantime, Von Arends will be back and his band to entertain you while you enjoy your dinner.
Can I hear your hardships, baby? I know you're not broken by design. From all functions, lately the truth is unheard to left at the junction. Have you seen me falling, baby? Do I stick around and miss my flight? Been known for a while now. I've been down at the harbor until I've departed. When we can run away, I know we will. With more than luck on our side. When we can disappear, I know we will. With more than luck on our side. Oh, I see I've no one to be in. I'm the one to look like manliness. Catch me out with your thumb and leave me behind so I can stay up at the ceiling. Mind if I walk to the beat of your drum? Can you hear me laugh as I stare at the sun? Can do this right now, baby. Can do this right now. When we can run away, we will. The love on our side. when we can taste the beat. I know we will find the love on our side when we can run away. I know we will find the love on our side when we can taste the beat. I know we will find the love on our side. The world's full of strange behavior. Every man has to be his own savior. I know I can make it on my own if I try. I need a great heart to stand and look by underneath the African sky. A great heart to stand and look by. I'm searching for the spirit of the great heart to hold and lead me by. I'm searching for the spirit of the great heart under African skies. Sometimes I feel like you really know me. Sometimes there's so much that you can show me. The world is full of strange behavior. Every man has to be his own savior. I know I can make it on my own if I try. I need a great heart to stand me by underneath the African sky. A great heart is standing me by. I'm searching for the spirit of the great heart to hold and lead me by. I'm searching for the spirit of the great heart under African skies. Sometimes I feel like you really know me. Sometimes there's so much that you can show me. Oh yo ya, hey yo yo ya, yo yo ya, hey yo yo ya, yo yo ya, hey yo yo ya, yo yo ya, hey yo yo ya. I'm searching for the spirit of the great heart to hold and lead me by. I'm searching for the spirit of the great heart under Africa. All right, so while we wait for the video to start playing, we think we do one more song, right? Oh, whoa, oh, whoa, oh, whoa, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. The road is long, longer than I thought. Smell is strong of cheap food and alcohol. My heart is not in the place to come, but I think I've known this all along. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. My faith is lost, 'cause I don't know if I'm deserving of a second chance of love. So I shout to the heavens, can you hear me? When I scream all the minds out of mouth. Then in the corner of my eye I can see a familiar face, recognize mine, sitting on a pavement in the middle of the night. I don't know if I can hide the kind of voices in my head that pushes me to us. If you're so good, that's mine. If you're so good, that's mine. Oh, 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 oh. Would you be my lover, honey? When you hear me cursing in my sleep, I don't mean to bother you on your side. What kind of cheap, all kinds of colors that I see. When you flash a nervous smile at me, we can speak of faith on a border post that no one cleans up. I'm not here to judge your God, nor am I here to judge you. Can we agree to disagree? Then in the corner of my eye I can see a familiar face, recognize mine, sitting on a pavement in the middle of the night. I don't know if I can hide the kind of voice in my head that pushes me to us. If you're so good, that's mine. If you're so good, that's mine. Whoa, whoa, oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. I don't know if I can hide the kind of voice in my head that pushes me to us. If you're so good, that's mine. If you're so good, that's mine. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh,
Sitting in my throne, trying to get that late view. I'm plugging to the natural. Remind myself of love and life. Could have been just shadow, but it's shallow water on my back. Blasting forward to my fantasies. Won't take this world for granted. And self find all the answers. Confused so I don't follow. Need for my mind, loving all the time. Money don't override. Getting paper is paper, getting greater is greater. So peace, so sweet, so beautiful.
The whirlwind's on fire, no one could save me but you. Strange what desire can make foolish people do. I never dreamed that I need somebody like you, but I never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you. You know I don't wanna fall in love. You know I don't wanna fall in love with you. What a wicked game you play to make me feel this way. What a wicked thing to do to make me dream of you. What a wicked thing to say. You never felt this way. What a wicked thing to do to let me dream of you. You know I don't wanna fall in love. You know I don't wanna fall in love with you. You know I don't wanna fall in love with you. She's a good girl, loves her mama, loves Jesus, and America too. She's a good girl, crazy about Elvis, loves horses, and her boyfriend too. It's been a long day living in Reseda. There's a freeway running through the yard, and I'm a bad boy, 'cause I don't even miss her. She's a good girl, and I'm breaking her heart. Now I'm free, free falling. Now I'm free, free falling. It's been a long day living in the cedar. There's a freeway running through the yard, and I'm a bad boy, 'cause I don't even miss her. free falling.
Well done. Cheers.
Just a castaway, I am lost at sea. Oh, not a lonely day, no one here but me. Oh, more send an SOS to the world. I send an SOS to the world. I hope that someone gets mine. I hope that someone gets mine. I hope that someone gets my message in the bottle. Message in the bottle. A year has passed since I wrote my note. I should have known it right from the start. Only hope can keep it together. 100 million castaways looking for a home. I send an SOS to the world. I send an SOS to the world. I hope that someone gets mine. I hope that someone gets mine. I hope that someone gets my message in the bottle. Message in the bottle, yeah. Sending out an SOS. Sending out an SOS. Sending out an SOS. Sending out an SOS. Traveling in a final combi on a hippie jet full of zombie. I met a strange lady, she made me nervous. She took me in and gave me breakfast. And she said, do you come from a land down under? Women go and men thunder. Do you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover. Tonight, if I have to break it down, come tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be gone, save tonight. If I have to break it down, come tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be gone, cause I come from a land down under. Women know and men thunder. Do you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover. Kanamale, 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 Kanamale. Hey, oh, listen what I say, oh. I got your way, oh. Listen what I say, oh. Because I come from a land down under. Women down and men thunder. Do you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover. Hold on to me, 'cause I'm a little unsteady, a little unsteady. come from a land down under. Women down and plunder. Do you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover. Because I come from a land down under. Women down and plunder. Do you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover.
Telecom Namibia is wholly owned by the Government of Namibia and a leading telecommunication operator and service provider in the country. It was incorporated in 1992 as a subsidiary of Namibia Post and Telecom Holdings. The company has since enjoyed a phenomenal rate of development, and it is now one of the top state-owned enterprises in the country. The commitment to nation building and socio-economic development of the country has propelled Telecom Namibia in transforming the telecommunication landscape and the broader ICT ecosystem of Namibia. Telecom Namibia's strategy for growth is centered on enabling ICT evolution to innovation and, in turn, customer experience. The company offers a full spectrum of voice and data services using fixed, mobile and internet platforms. Telecom Namibia, in addition, offers convergence services, making it the country's only fully converged ICT service provider. In 2012, Telecom Namibia successfully landed the West African Cable System submarine cable, resulting in the launch of SpeedLink broadband services, which proved to be a game changer by offering faster connections, higher bandwidths, and more choices, and is suitable for anything from homes to businesses. Broadband is the next tipping point, the next truly transformational technology. Broadband is an economic game changer, allowing nations to do old things better and to introduce new things that are not yet imagined. Initiatives like e-health, e-governance, e-banking, e-education, e-agriculture, e-transport, and e-mining are now possible for Namibia. The following year, Telecom Namibia introduced 4G mobile services and launched fiber to the home in 2014 to enhance customer broadband experience with speeds up to 120 megabytes per second. To ensure delivery of high-speed services, a number of last-mile fiber connections were established to provide high-speed backhaul capacity to 3G and 4G base stations. Telecom Namibia has a network operations center which monitors to the company's network infrastructure on a 24/7 basis, a data co-location facility, and data recovery center. Telecom Namibia has a subsidiary Powercom, which is an ICT infrastructure and equipment provider to players in the ICT space, to safety and security agencies, as well as to embassies and government institutions. Powercom services range from site acquisition, site construction, site sharing, and infrastructure leasing to site maintenance. Telecom Namibia is a responsible corporate citizen and identifies with the Namibian community. Through social responsibility initiatives, our company has made a significant contribution in the sectors of education, business development, plus other national priority areas. In the past, the brand has supported a number of causes in the areas of sports, women empowerment, arts and culture, environment conservation, and community development, among others. Telecom Namibia vows to stay ahead of the innovation curve through leadership, strategic partnerships, and the development of new products and services. Telecom Namibia will continue to grow and evolve to meet its customers' needs and expectations for the next 25 years and beyond. Telecom Namibia.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, can I please get your attention? We're about to commence, that is, with the main part of our program for tonight. The reason why we're here is awarding Namibian Businesswoman of the Year for 2019. And to help me with this part of tonight, I would like to call on Dawn and Desiree to join me on stage so we can get this part started for tonight as we get to award that is our finalists and obviously ultimately our ultimate winner. And also just to our finalists, as we get to call your name, please come forth to stage and then receive your certificate. And then you go back to your seat, all right? So the minute you hear your name, please move to stage. And then you get to go back to your seat. And then we announce that is our winner in that specific category. All right, so we're good to go? All right, so our first category for tonight, ladies and gentlemen, that is the category for business owner. And we like to call on our first finalist in this category, and that is Hendrina Hango Dakola, and she's the managing member of Natu Pharmaceutical.
My name is Hendrina Hango Dakola. I'm a pharmacist by profession, and I'm the CEO of Natu Pharmaceutical CC, which was founded in 2004. Our business purpose is to provide quality pharmaceutical services to the Namibian population, which includes dispensing of medicines, providing medicine information, including general promotion of health. And we do cater for animal health also. Our services matter because we serve all unconditionally to preserve quality of life. In 5 years' time, we plan to reduce the man-made diseases in our population through educating our clients on a healthy, active lifestyle, and this will in turn reduce the overall cost of living. Because my big vision is to see a disease-free nation, I am driven on a daily basis to make health-conscious decisions that influence others to follow. The greatest achievement to be proud of is growth in terms of human capital, from a one-man show to a united, diverse team, which enabled us to expand our services and also to acquire our own building as a business asset, among other assets. I set SMART goals with a plan of action in place to reach set targets, and I commit to the process no matter what. My leadership style is that I lead by example, and I mostly motivate others through sharing and practicing my vision so that my employees and the community can buy into this vision, and together we move it to the level of success. New age technology can help me to reach broader clientele conveniently and speed up the service provision. My main support is my creator, who is my main provider. He surrounded me with a solid support system of a loving family, employees, and community at large that encourages me to unleash my full potential. If I win this award, I'll embrace it as an opportunity or platform to reach out to more by educating them on living healthily in all aspects of life.
That is Hendrina. All right, thank you very much, Hendrina. And she is one of our finalists in the category Business Owner. Our next business owner we like to call on, that is Zimone. All right, she's the owner of that's Kobe e Alma Cure Medical Aesthetic Distributors. Can we have her on and let's
Hi,
get...
my name is Simone Knobloch. I'm the proud owner of Corporate Alma Health and Beauty and Cure Medical and Aesthetic Distributors. To empower women either through employment or through empowering them with self-confidence to be the best they can be, either in the corporate world, their own business, or at home with their loved ones. Beauty and self-love will always be relevant and empowering women even more. My biggest achievement in the last 5 years was the opening and setting up of an aesthetic practice, as well as Cure Medical and Aesthetic Distributors, all in 1 year, while running, managing and maintaining Corporate Alma at the same time. I am extremely dedicated to my business, and I believe in order to do something great, it must be your passion. My leadership style reflects my dedication and passion, and through that I lead my team with enthusiasm and positivity, which I believe is clearly visible to each person who walks into my business. Social media is the first and foremost the gateway to communicate with today. I use it daily to promote my business, the image of my business, and communicate with clients and possibly new clients. I would embrace social media and whatever its predecessor is in the future. Firstly, my faith in God. I do not believe that any of this would be possible without His hand over my life. My parents and sister, they have always been my biggest supporters and have always been there to pick me up when life has knocked me down. Michael, who gave me the 2 most beautiful children, who motivate me and keep me going every day. He's great soundboard to bump ideas off. My incredible staff. I would never be able to run my business so smoothly if it was not for their loyalty, dedication, hard work, and all the valuable lessons I learned coaching them. Johan, my oldest friend, who always keeps the coffee and advice running. Without coffee, I would not make a day of work. My amazing clients for their continuous support and always believing in and choosing me above all the competitors. Lastly, my amazing nanny Sapiso, who is my right hand and my left hand, and I am beyond blessed to have her in my life. I have a great passion for helping those who are less fortunate. I have been involved with organizations that work with abused and neglected children to fill their lives with love and self-worth. My new aesthetic distribution venture also sells an amazing medical product. In collaboration with CAN, this product has become part of their program in order to alleviate the pain and discomfort experienced by cancer sufferers that undergo chemotherapy. This collaboration is about empowering the quality of life of cancer patients. I believe I will inspire young women by the proof of my life. Hard work, dedication, customer service and integrity are what is needed to become successful. Most importantly, do it with passion. I would love to empower and advise startups with business ideas and suggestions. I've always envisioned myself training and equipping young women, and while I have done this for the past 10 years in my business, I have always had a desire to expand and enlarge that vision. I believe winning this award would open the possibility to this becoming a reality.
Then, there we go. And then our last, that is business owner in this, or finalist in this category, that is Levon Smith. She is the owner of Blink Becker Trading CC.
I'm Levine Smith, founder and owner of Blikbeker Catering and Deli Goods. Blikbeker started as a hobby, but after our son was born with Down syndrome, my passion for food and creativity took on another turn. The purpose of Blikbeker is not only to provide high-quality catering services for our clients' convenience and enjoyment, but also to employ people with special needs, mostly young adults with cognitive disabilities. What we do at Blikbeker matters because it's a living model of inclusion, equal opportunities, and advocacy for people with special needs, as they get to show off what they can do. I will still be relevant in 5 years as we stay up to date with the newest food trends, and people always need to eat, even more so if they can support a good cause by doing so. My proudest achievement up to date was to use what I have, my talents and my passion, in order to connect two worlds that I love and create a full-time work for myself and others where we can live out our passions, creating food and training people with special needs. My team of foodies are encouraged by the fact that they can make a difference in someone's life every day. But our greatest motivation is the fact that people with special needs have an honest way of seeing right through you, being sometimes without filters, and that motivates us to be the best every day. Blikbeker have a whole community of friends and clients that get to love our employees and loyally support us and our endeavors. Other than food, I'm passionate about inclusion and education and of course early intervention. I'm therefore the co-founder of Avishai Trust, board member of Down Syndrome Association Namibia, active member of Disability United Network, and on the task force with NEAT for the syllabi of research school in Namibia. I also love to participate in relevant conferences related to all of these. I believe that a leader is someone who serves and leads by setting an example. My vision is driven by the fact that you can either let what happened to you defeat you, or you can heal from it, get up, and use it as a tool to empower others. And that is what I will do if I win the Businesswoman Award this year.
All right. Very motivated and very powerful woman that we have as finalists for tonight. Now, to give us the results, that's for tonight, we'd like to call on our auditor, Corinne from Grant Thornton, to give us, that is, the results for this category, so we can see who gets to walk away with all right, so all right, so ladies and gentlemen, the 2019 Namibia Businesswoman of the Year category Business Owner winner is Hendrina Hango. All right, a round of applause for Hendrina.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Well, yes, she could dance, it's me, they call. Top cherry, what, yeah, I'm the baddest. Top cherry, what, yeah, I'm the realest. They be calling my name till the morning, yeah, for the hangover.
All right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen, our very first winner for tonight. So right now we get to move on to our second category for this evening, and that is of community and government sector. Our first finalist is the Chief Executive Officer, One Economy Foundation, Wayorokitha Akwenye.
Hi there, my name is Wayorokisa Kwenye, Chief Executive Officer of the One Economy Foundation. The One Economy Foundation is a non-profit organization as well as a social welfare organization. As a foundation, we really see ourselves as a bridge between the dual economy. We believe that we are relevant today and will continue to be relevant because you cannot expect as a nation to achieve economic transformation without addressing social transformation. Our proudest achievement as a foundation in the last 5 years was establishing a robust governance framework which has really served as our guide in the foundation. And my colleagues and I are really driven in the mornings when we wake up and we come here. It's all about how can we make lives better for those in the grassroots communities. I believe it's an exciting time, especially in terms of technology. It's an exciting time to be alive. In my daily interactions with grassroots communities, I see great opportunities to where we can bring technology to these communities and really bring quick solutions to their problems and make their lives easier. My support structure is really wide and far. It comes from my parents, who I lost at a young age, but managed to still instill values in me that carry me till today. They've laid a very firm foundation. The guardians who stepped in afterwards, they've also played a big role in my support structure. My husband, who really especially during the last 3 years since working for the foundation, has had to pick up the pieces and has had to step in as both father and mother in the house, and really played a crucial role in helping me fulfill both duties. My friends, who I really see as pillars in my life, the exceptional team who really make me look good with what I do as a leader and make me look like an exceptional leader. I would not have been able to achieve anything at work if it wasn't for my team. And last but not least, Mrs. Monica Gengos, First Lady of the Republic of Namibia, who has really played an integral part in shaping my career. Should I be the winner of the Namibia Businesswoman Awards, I would really hope to achieve 3 main things. Firstly, greater awareness. Secondly, to continue to serve as a bridge to narrow the gap between the first and second economy. And lastly, to inspire in 2 ways. Firstly, to inspire the first economy community on how to get involved. And secondly, to inspire the second economy community, my grassroots community, to help them believe in themselves and to highlight their potential.
All right, our second finalist in this category is Aletta Aces, Oshikoto Director, Ministry of Education.
My name is Aletta Aces, and I am in education. And then our mandate as educators is, and our purpose is that we have to train and educate Namibians for sustainable development and promoting arts and culture. So we are grooming, as we are saying, we are mining human beings. So mining means I'm a qualified teacher. I have the experience, I have the knowledge, and I have also the skills to make sure that we are building a girl child who is defined, a woman who is defined, a boy child which is defined and refined. Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture is one entity, one ministry which will be relevant throughout all the times, because as children are born, children is to attend school. So therefore, that is the ministry who is most relevant in this time. The proudest moment in my life was when I was appointed as the deputy director of lifelong learning. I believe a leader should know a bit more, and I'm very innovative. As I said earlier, that I innovated different types of programs when I was in Hartap region. And recently, now that I'm only for 6 months in Oshikoto region, and I started with 2 projects. One was then on Friday, Teachers Appreciation Day, where we appreciated teachers who are working in very challenging and harsh conditions. And then the second one is Oshikoto Woman in Development that we are going to launch on the 26th. I make family time. My husband, in that sense, is my strongest force, which is keeping me going. He is editing my writings. He is helping me in so many things. And my children are actually helping me with my English, because every time they have to correct me, "Hey, Mama, we don't say entourage, we are saying entourage." My management style actually is, maybe I have 2, I should say. One is that transformational leader, to transform the minds, to transform habits. Secondly, situational leadership is another one that I'm using depending on the situation, that I cannot just stuck and then I have to, as per the situation, see how we can resolve that. My purpose here is not about winning. I believe that every lady who entered this Businesswoman of the Year are already winners, because what I'm doing is action of love. action of love and mining the young ones, investing in the young ones to become accountable, responsible, professional, committed human beings for Namibia. And I thank you for your indulgence.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Aletta could not be here with us tonight, but we thank her representative for accepting her certificate on her behalf for tonight. So our last finalist in this category, she is the Presidential Advisor on Youth Matters, Enterprise Development, Office of the President, Desiree Matias.
I am Desiree Ndeshihala Matias, serving as the Advisor on Youth Matters and Enterprise Development to the President of the Republic of Namibia. As a development practitioner, I work to problem solve and to remove the barriers that are impeding progress so that we can build the capacity and facilitate access of young Namibians to unleash the full entrepreneurial expression of our republic. My triple bottom line, unlike in the private sector, is geared to achieve peace, to maintain unity, social cohesion, human development, and economic growth. So your vision, hard work, ambition, gifts and capabilities will pave the way for your success and take you to the top of the pinnacle. But only integrity and impeccable character will be able to keep you on the top of your game. Despite the circumstances of an unplanned pregnancy at the very beginning of my pursuit towards my postgraduate qualification, I'm proud that I was able to sit for my final examinations just 10 days after the birth of my daughter and I graduated. Today, I'm proud to be able to fulfill this national service while also raising a champion, a confident, loving daughter. I believe legacy is not what you leave behind, but who you leave behind. And I'm compelled to leave the places and people that I encounter better than I found them by adding value to the lives of others. I approach my work with a sense of purpose and duty, conscientious that there are destinies connected to mine. Inasmuch as I have a national mandate, I'm also mindful to support the development of one person at a time. I believe that nations are made great by great sons and daughters. Technology is a powerful tool in my daily service, and I use social media to connect, communicate, and just listen to the fears and struggles, the hopes and aspirations, and to the expressions and frustrations of my generation. I am a proponent of the digital economy. I believe in the fourth industrial revolution. Nations can be left behind and inequalities can be exacerbated by the digital divide. But if we leverage management information systems towards smart governance, we will be in a position to deliver more improved quality of public services. I live a faith-based life in the Lord Jesus Christ, and the Word of God is my single source of encouragement, strength, and support in the pursuit of our hopes and aspirations. A society is judged against how it takes care of the most vulnerable members of its community, and I am moved to action by the plight of the children living and working on the streets of Windhoek. I've started a movement called We Run These Streets. I started it years ago, but the play on words is intentional to move these young people towards a greater goal, sense of value and purpose in life. A second cause that is equally dear to my heart, understanding the struggle of single parenthood, is single moms, young single and working moms, who have to raise children, balanced, confident, well-nurtured children in the absence of a father, have unique needs, and they need targeted support in the areas of parent support. And I intend to work and form a more closer association with peers alike so that we can support each other and learn from one another's experiences.
Absolutely phenomenal, all right? So now, this point, once again, I would like to call on our auditor to bring the results in this category. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the winner in this category, community and government, is Wayo. One Economy.
Here comes the night, we're gonna lose the light. Summer night and that time is right for the night light. There goes the day, giving way to the smile. Summer breeze and that time is right for the nightlife. I remember what the day did to me. I bear my scars to the moonlight. I walk it off, I shake it off when the night comes. Cause I belong to the night and I feel more alive with these night vibes. Just give me the night. Give me the night. Give me the night. Let me hide from the light. Give me the night. Just give me the night. Give me the night. Let me hide from the lights.
All right, that's our winner for community and government sector. I could see her husband, he goes like, yes, I knew it. All right, so there you have it. Congratulations. We continue with the night, ladies and gentlemen, and we move on. That is to our next category, and that is the category of private and corporate sector. And our first finalist in this category is Chantal Hasselman, Tax Partner, PwC.
Hi, I am Chantal Hasselman. I am the tax leader to PwC Namibia, and I am proud to have been nominated for the 2019 Namibian Businesswoman Awards in the category Corporate and Private Sector. There's business activity and there is various tax legislations to be compliant with, and I'm very proud to be forward-looking and to be of assistance, assisting clients, whether it is local Namibian business activity or possible investors to the country, to ensure that ultimately local legislation is being followed. It's very crucial that within our service delivery we stay relevant, and we go about by making sure that we are abreast of current legislation, we consider future legislation, that we consider the impact of proposed tax legislation to business activity, for example, and specifically to any affected industries that is key to the country. How do we stay relevant for the next 5 years? There should be a clear focus on how do we work smarter, how do we make sure that we can deepen and broaden our client base, how do we make sure we can speak to the needs of our clients, and ultimately how do we optimally phase in technological advancement. In my profession, values of applying integrity and self-awareness is crucial. A highlight would definitely be my appointment as tax leader to the tax department. My leadership style is described in a recent psychometric testing as delegative, and I did identify with that leadership style a lot. I do prefer to see it as effective delegation as well as empowerment. I do realize the importance of embracing change. To be a bit practical, when we publish or update our latest VAT textbook, should we print hard copies or can we go for an e-book? Is Namibia ready for that? How do we embrace tools that comes with significant cost investment, but yet might be so critical and vital to us being relevant when we look into the future? I am extremely grateful for my support structure. My parents, my in-laws, my husband, my kids. I'm very blessed to have had seasoned, specifically female leadership in PwC. Should I be so fortunate and awarded the 2019 Namibian Businesswoman Award, I would love to live out my passion of being of more assistance to recent female graduates from our local institutions. and just empowering them that even if you're not in a commerce, an industry or economics field, but to be part of the conversation, to be in charge of their own finances once employed. And I do feel that that will in fact make them much more employable. So that would be a proud moment. It would be a structured approach, obviously, because to me it's about not just running a project, it's about being mindful and making sure that the time spent and the resources spent makes a big impact.
Now, second finalist in this category, she is CEO, Letseho Holding Limited, Esther Kali.
Telecom Namibia is part of the Pan-African Group, and we have been in existence for over 20 years in Namibia. Our strategic intent is to provide financial services to the previously underserved Namibians by giving them access to simple, appropriate, and affordable solution, thereby improving their lives. At Letseho, as part of our strategic pillar, financial inclusion is at the center of our strategic pillar, and therefore the relevance of our continuation as a business over the 5 years' time. I believe that every life is a solution to a problem. My proudest achievement have been part of a young and dynamic team, and together we obtained a banking license that was granted by Bank of Namibia as part of our diversification strategy, thereby contributing to the competitive banking society. Another milestone has been the IPO listing on the Namibia Stock Exchange that have allowed an ordinary man on the street to be able to acquire shares in Letseho. The success thereof was that at the end of the day, 3,700 shareholders participated, of which 3,600 were previously disadvantaged Namibians. As a leader, I believe in coaching and empowering my team, thereby helping them also to set smart goals and give them constant feedback. One thing I also strongly believe in is to challenge my team with stretch target, helping them grow. I believe as a leader, you don't need to be a boss, you need to be a team player. I believe it is vital to make use of the transformation in an industrial revolution, which is making information accessible by the touch of the button. I believe also as an individual who want to be an inspiration to the youth of Namibia, we ought to connect to them. Social media is a powerful tool, and in the world of digitization, it is important to choose your mode of communication and also the appropriate audience you want to target. I strongly believe that if it was not for God the Almighty, I would not have been where I am today. Therefore, my first source of inspiration is derived from God. My family are my pillars that keep me going and push me to the limits in order to achieve my goal. Given my modest background, I could have chosen a path of self-pity or bitterness, but instead I choose to use circumstances towards improving the lives of my people who's around me. I started my charity organization in 2011 called Tukwafela, meaning let's support, and this also gives back to the community in order to improve the livelihood of our people. Should I be given the opportunity to become the businesswoman of the year, I believe we have many potential leaders in Namibia. Furthermore, I believe there is a vacuum in the businesswoman where we need to come together and share common interests and learn from one another. My project will be to engage with women on various levels and help one another in order to grow, because we believe we have a role to play, and together we can make Namibia a better place to live.
And now our last finalist in this category, she is Group Executive, Human Capital, Citizenship, Capricorn Investment Group Limited, and she is Stephanie Viljoen.
I'm Stefanie Viljoen. I'm the Group Executive responsible for Human Capital and Citizenship at the Capricorn Group. The Capricorn Group is a proudly Namibian financial services organization with a footprint in Namibia, Botswana, Zambia, and a small resource office in South Africa. Being part of the executive committee allows me to carry the voice of our employees into the room by positioning our human capital agenda to be at the forefront of what we do. My proudest moment during the last 2 years at the Capricorn Group has been the change in our performance development approach. During the last 2 years, we have changed the approach of the way we look at performance development. We don't just look at what employees do, in other words, your performance development objectives, but we also focus on how employees do it by incorporating our values into the way that performance discussions are done. Proper performance development ensures that you create a culture of great performance. It engages employees, motivates them, and encourages them to strive for performance greatness. Being a leader is the most rewarding as well as the most terrifying role that you can have. As a leader, I need to understand what my superpower is, and I need to understand how to harness the collective superpowers within my team. And by doing this, you allow individuals to believe in themselves and to dream big. The biggest test of my leadership is when I see injustice, both in my personal as well as in my professional life. We have multiple active human capital projects in the pipeline, but one is particularly close to my heart. The future world of work is all about being able to anticipate learning and how we respond to that. It's important that when we look at learning, we look at the whole human being. Not just the role that you take up when you're at the office, but also explore learning that stretches beyond your role and speaks to your personal purpose and what is important to you. My biggest support structure has always been my family, my mum, my dad, my sister, my wonderful husband, and our little 6-year-old son. I've also had the privilege to work for great leaders. Leaders have had a big impact in my career. They shaped me by allowing me to make mistakes and to grow from this. Winning the Businesswoman of the Year award will be a great honor for me. As the holder of this title, I would like to focus on 3 projects that I'm very passionate about. The first is around integrated early childhood development. Secondly, I would like to get in projects that supports animals in need, in particular, one that looks after human-wildlife conflict. And lastly, I would like to create positive momentum around leadership. I want to instill the notion that I'm a great leader and I happen to be a woman. I've learned that people will forget what you said, they'll forget who you are, but they won't forget how you treat them.
Amen to that. All right, can we have our auditor once again, Corinne from Grant Thornton, for the results in this category. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner in the category for private and corporate sector. Congratulations to Esther Kali. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now our last category for tonight is Young Namibian Businesswoman. That's the finalist in this category. All right, so our first finalist is Hilia. Now, she's the co-founder and director of African Pathfinders Leaders Initiative, Namibia. Let's hear her story.
My name is Hilia Elu. I am the Director of Programs at the African Pathfinder Leaders Initiative. That is Apply Namibia. What we do is really to train and develop young people that are often overlooked and precluded when it comes to networks, access to opportunities, and resources. So we train them in specific skills pertaining to leadership, entrepreneurship, and community development so that they can achieve their goals and contribute to national development. We're a youth organization by the youth, for the youth, by Namibians, for Namibians, and I think our main thing is really that if we're developing youth to become these change makers in about 5 to 10 years, or to be leaders today, who's really going to train them the professional skills that they need to be active in their communities? My proudest achievement really when it comes to Apply has just been starting. I think I've been involved in a lot of youth organizations across time, a lot of civic activities here and there, but Apply has been the first one that's really been sustainable, and the model that we're testing has been working thus far. We recently received endorsement from the Ministry of Youth, so that's really kind of a stamp of approval from the government in terms of what we're doing and how it contributes to national development. So our expectations are really that young people will start and scale businesses that obviously regarding entrepreneurship kind of make profit, but also provide value to their communities. And at the same time recognizing that there are other models through which people contribute to society. My leadership style has then, in this case, been to be sort of relaxed. As a young person myself, I note that we all have different ideas and different visions as to how to do things. So I tend to try and work with more proactive people, a sort of self-leadership model to say that I don't have to force people to do what they need to do. I'm not an authoritative type of leader. Apply doesn't have official offices or headquarters, if I can call it that. So we rely on technology as the means for communication and the means to get our business done. I'm a strong believer in teamwork and in community to achieve anything. I've been fortunate to have people, like-minded individuals in my life that then support my dreams, but also are able to critique and hold me accountable towards them. My parents, just for not stopping me when I decided to go the road less traveled. My brothers, because they're really the ones that have insight into entrepreneurship and to different models to contribute to development. And then also my partner, because he's the one that stays up late night listening to ideas, critiquing them. So even within Windhoek, it's been really important for me to find other young people that are actively doing things, their ideas onto how they've been developed professionally and personally, and then things that would work within Apply. So we really make sure to get insight from different types of people and different types of organizations as to how we can run Apply. If I was to win the Namibian Businesswoman Award specifically, my goal is really to bring in the private and corporate sector into how they are involved in youth development and community development as a whole. I think the model right now has been that their corporate social responsibilities is dependent on sort of giving to teams or giving money specifically or writing a check here and there. But we really want to create sustainable partnerships in the way that corporate and private sector is involved in community development. So that's really my goal with Apply, and we're very intentional about this in the way that we've branded ourselves, in the way that we can align to private sector or to corporates and how they contribute.
All right. Our second finalist in this category, we would like to call on, or she is a director, she's an architect at Sticks and Stone Architectural Studio. Please welcome on stage, that's Mia Kutzer.
At Sticks and Stones Architectural Studio, our bottom line is old school service, modern skills. Simply put, we are a creative studio who believes architecture and design is a combination of problem solving and storytelling. The studio is a place where we explore all possibilities, and this might be our best adventure yet, which created the need and the inspiration behind Loop Investments, where we keep you in the loop. We started out with sourcing investors for our clients' development projects and startups, either for equity, profit share, or a better return on investment. With the right investor or development group, we can allocate appropriate property and development strategy. I believe we remain relevant by asking the relevant questions, questions that need solving now and in the future.
I must say
My proudest achievement in the last 5 years would definitely have to be starting my own business. As women, we tend to minimize our business success and ourselves. First of all, it's extremely difficult to put a monetary value to your passion, which is what I believe they should teach more of at university level, along with how to do your taxes and financial literacy that applies to all circumstances throughout your life. Be patient and graceful towards other people's perspective and journey. We can't be experts at everything. Therefore, create the platform to bring on experts that do have the expertise, foster these relationships, and draw from their knowledge and skills. This whole process has also taught me to be an empathetic business partner and leader, wanting to include everyone along my journey. We aim to make VR, virtual reality, part of our services. This experience allows clients to walk through projects before they are even built. This allows us to better plan our cities with a greater care for urban development. As a business leader, it is vital to take into account what the team with different work styles and individual clients need in order to deliver more engaging work environments. I have amazing partners in both companies that luckily shares the same vision and very often entertain my ambitious ideas. I've also had the great pleasure of working alongside many amazing women. Winning such a prestigious award would provide a greater platform and exposure to further excel our companies and brand, to better invest in social and economical opportunities, and better the way we build our homes and cities. I would be a proud ambassador of the Businesswoman Award and promote the positive opportunities and change it stands for.
And then, ladies and gentlemen, our last finalist in this category, she is the Administrative Manager of Sona Property Management Company. Please welcome, that is Gensha Pinchinson. Let's hear her story.
Hi, my name is Geshe. I'm the Administrative Manager for Osona Property Management Company, also known as OPMC. We are the municipality for Osona Village, and our services include normal municipal services for the homeowners of Osona Village and to manage and assist the developers during the construction process. My proudest achievement over the last few years would be that we have designed, developed, and successfully implemented an operational system for Osona Property Management Company. The operational system on the construction site ensures that we have service excellence within the houses that are being built by the developers. The operational system that we have developed on the developers side ranges from plan approval up to the houses being handed over. It includes quality control checks. It includes everything that might come up during the construction phase, that everything is prepaid, our water, our electricity, including our rates and taxes, which get collected via the electricity meters on a monthly basis. This ensures that the municipality is able to pay the service providers without having a backlog. I believe that leadership starts with the leader. If you truly want to lead someone else, you need to be aware enough of what your limiting beliefs are, what your value structure is, and just get to know yourself well enough to identify where you come from, what your trigger points are. And once you feel like you have enough awareness about yourself, you can take that over to the people that you do lead. Technology. We at Osona Village have made a point out of it to use the technology we have at our disposal to improve our process lines, communications, and the day-to-day runnings of the project. My support structure I would classify into two categories. On the one side, I have an external support structure where I'm very fortunate to have a supporting husband, friends, colleagues and family members that are always willing to support me. On the internal support structure, I have created habits that support me in my goals. A small example for that would be that I know I function better if I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to read. This whole experience already has been quite inspiring and motivating. But if I win, I definitely want to use it to inspire more people. And I believe that the best thing that we can do in life is to leave a positive impression on the people that we meet on our day-to-day ventures of whatever we might be doing. So it would be definitely to inspire others and to bring some more attention towards the project that we're doing here and what we have achieved.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are your finalists in that category. Now, to rightfully hand over the title that she's held for the past 2 years, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call on that is the Young Businesswoman of the Year 2017. Now, this young, vibrant lawyer believes that firstly, she's passionate about law and believes that she can change the law, the country, the world, one case at a time. All right, so let's let her hand over her title to this year's recipient. Please put your hands together. That is for Esmeralda. Where are you? Karine, you can so long come as Esmeralda gives us a short speech before she hands over, that is the title to this year's winner.
Thank you very much for that introduction, Wea. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, Madam First Lady, respected judges. It is indeed my privilege to stand here before you today as the outgoing Young Businesswoman of 2017. By way of a brief introduction, my name is Esmeralda Kashairwa. I am a lawyer and owner of the law firm Kashairwa Legal Practitioners. Having established this firm during February of 2017, I was nominated and went through this journey during that year and actually won the award in the same year. This award has truly improved me. This award has truly improved me and grew not only myself, but also my business immeasurably. As a firm, at the time when I won the category, it was only me and 2 staff members. Kashairwa Legal Practitioner now has about 9 staff, admitted legal practitioners, 3 candidate legal practitioners, and about 4 administrative staff. We also have the honor of having had a very experienced consultant who just joined us, who has about over 20 years experience in this fraternity. In early 2018, Kashairwa Legal Practitioners was invited and indeed became a member of the LexLink International Legal Network, a network of law firms across the globe working on a referral basis with each other. LexLink operates by having only 1 member per jurisdiction, and we were the first firm on the African continent to join this network. We will also then remain the only Namibian firm to remain in this association. This has evidently given us a golden opportunity and an extended hand to international markets and has indeed put Namibia on the map. I am indebted to our clients for entrusting us with their work. I believe our network of clients speak volumes to the excellent legal services that we offer. In our midst, we act on behalf of respectable corporate giants such as First National Bank, the SME Bank, Bank of Namibia, Development Bank of Namibia, Namdia, PAB, Paratus Telecom, Meetco, amongst others. We are deeply grateful for the opportunity they have afforded us and for genuinely embracing the concept of empowering and believing in the smaller guy. It is precisely because of this that we are here today, in addition to our commitment to the superior services that we provide. Lastly, Kashairwa Legal Practitioners have also recently branched out into Namibia, and we've opened up a branch office in Gobabis, which we intend to serve that community with pride. Personally, I have grown quite exponentially as a woman, and specifically as a businesswoman. With it came the realization of being a serious employer, number 1, and a citizen of this land, contributing to its growth and empowering others in the process. Through my journey, I have received needed support in all areas. I've made mistakes, and I've cried many times. To every woman, therefore, who strives to do business, just do it. You will face many challenges. You will face many challenges. You will get many no's. You will feel very overwhelmed. You will fail, but just do it anyway. You will become a warrior in the face of it all, and as such, continue to grow yourself and to empower others with patience. It is with the above in mind that I've also ventured in other business ventures, such as opening a butchery. The Herero in me couldn't resist. We offer various meats and meals to our community, and we also offer transcription services to corporate giants and the likes. I'd like to thank the organizers of this event, Namibia Economist, the sponsors of the event, and those who genuinely believe in this cause. You have my unfailing support in the future. I would lastly like to thank my employees for the hard work and commitment that you have shown to our clients. Continue to grow. I wish to thank each and every individual who has believed in us and who has really taken a chance on us. We at KLP will continue to serve you tirelessly. Thank you to my family and to my husband. I love you. And good luck to the nominees. Good luck to the nominees of my category. Trust me, you have already won this. Thank you. I hope I don't pull a Steve Harvey on this one. Okay. The 2019 Namibian Businesswoman of the Year Awards Gala, Young Businesswoman, Hilia Iulu. And
all right, Hilia, I need you back on stage. Yeah. Yeah. We just need to hear from you. What does it feel like winning the award?
I know you're not supposed to say this, but I genuinely didn't expect to win this award. Where do I start? Thank you. Thank you very much for deeming me worthy of this award. I stand here as a representative of APPLY, that is the African Pathfinder Leaders Initiative. As you may have heard in the video, we train fellow young people, much like myself, in the areas of entrepreneurship, leadership, and community development. Because of the audience, let me just kind of emphasize why this is important. I'm sure most of you have hired interns or worked with young people, and there's always that gap between, oh, you learned this great thing in university, but what about you now in the workplace? How is that translating? And I think one of the things we do at APPLY is really working in that intersection to say, what are the additional skills that nobody's teaching you? What about public speaking, you know? What about presentations? What about formal communication? And even looking at how we note the youth unemployment rate, right? In Namibia, it's at 46.1% right now. And therefore, people have been saying, you know, be an entrepreneur, do something. But then again, what is your value proposition? What is your digital marketing strategy? So that's really what we're doing. And thank you very much for the award. I'd like to thank everyone.
And I'd like to, most importantly, I actually kept on kicking myself when I was watching the videos because I forgot to thank God. So thank you to the Lord Almighty. So.
All right, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Indeed, Hilia, once again proving that all you have to do is just start. Doesn't matter how young you are, and very important is pretty much doing what you can with what you have where you are right now in terms of equipping yourself. All right, so now we have reached the highlight of tonight and why we are all gathered here in, let's call it the crowning moment for tonight, right? In basically crowning the 2019 Namibia Businesswoman, right? Now, to do this, obviously, we currently have our current, our 2017 winner, and she is the epitome of class. She reminds everybody to be kind, to be respectful, and to dream big and bold dreams. So ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming on stage to hand over her current title of Businesswoman of the Year, Nangula Kauluma.
Director of Ceremonies, thank you for that gracious introduction. I'm cognizant that I am between this evening and the rest of the celebrations and the suspense. So, ladies and gentlemen, please allow me humbly to observe the protocol that has already been established. Whilst technology certainly enables us to be more efficient and save time and do things much quicker and faster, I'm not aware that there's any app that can help any of us turn back or slow down time. To say that the past 2 years have blazed past at the speed of light would be a massive understatement. But that said, these 2 years have been filled with some of my biggest and most significant life and leadership wins and celebrations, both at a deeply personal and also professional level. Over these 2 years, I've been a less but ever aspiring than perfect mom to Ivana and Che. And I'll actually give you a little anecdote. Earlier this year, when I was juggling 2 jobs, I have 2 day jobs, 2 jobs and directorships and some volunteering here and there, mentorship, whatever else it might have been. I think I was a bit grumpy with him. And he was prattling on. You know how kids just talk mindlessly just to make sure you're there? It wasn't like he was really telling me anything critical, but in that moment, the teenager that he is, he said, well, Mom, if you're so tired and so busy, maybe you should quit one of your jobs. So, yes, I am imperfectly human, like many other people, but I still try. But also, what I've been over the past 2 years is a most eager learner, as I've settled into, since I last stood on this stage, 3 subsequent new roles in 2 new companies. 2 of those roles were in an industry that I've never worked in before. I've traveled to opposite sides of the globe and a fair bit in our country, our beautiful country and region, for both work and play. I've had the privilege of meeting amazingly inspiring people. Hilia is one of them, I have to say. Congratulations, girl. So yes, I've had the opportunity of meeting amazing people, and more importantly also, I think, been able to redefine for myself what is truly important in life, most especially accountability, courage, gratitude, and appreciation. Tonight, we've gathered here to support, recognize, and celebrate some of our country's finest leaders who happen to be women across public and private sectors. If you have any question in your mind, let me tell you, I just want to share that the cohort of women who have been through, who walked the stage and received their awards tonight, they have, in the past few months, really had their work cut out for them. being nominated is just the beginning. And making it until tonight is no mean feat. I'm certain, like, the dress is the last thing you're thinking about, and then you go, oh, dress, got to wear a dress. And the only way I can possibly try to describe it, so forgive me, I'm a corporate brat, all I know is corporate, but the way I can try to make it a picture for you is, can you imagine a flurry of back-to-back board audit and risk committees and full board meetings, multiple ones, doing this whilst you're juggling the job of loving and raising kids, being present to your partner, getting some wellness discipline in, and generally being a good person to your teams at work, not to mention your families. I hope you appreciate the analogy. Ladies and gentlemen, I am most honored to have been given the task of introducing to you our Namibian Businesswoman of the Year 2019. Before I do so, though, I would be utterly remiss if I didn't express my heartfelt appreciation to the sponsors, in particular the Namibian Economist, the Namibian Economist Businesswoman Club, and that whole tribe of phenomenal women. Jaguar, you guys, we're ride or die. Telecom and Bank Windhoek. Your continuous investment in this platform is so critical to advancing the development and empowerment of women leaders in our country. The reality is that initiatives and platforms such as this cannot reach execution without support. It costs money. So, in the form of financial resources, your support is incredibly valued. I salute you for this. I also want to acknowledge my family, my friends, and my work crew who are there from, whether it's 5 a.m. in the morning, we're lifting weights, having a glass of wine at the end of the day, whatever it may be, celebrating things or guiding one another. I appreciate every bit of support I've had in my personal and my professional space on a day-to-day basis. So the reasons for supporting gender parity, an equal playing field, and the advancement of women in leadership are many. In fact, they're just way too many for me to list tonight. I will also not dwell on it, but I feel responsible to make mention of the fact that far too many girl children and women in our country and globally remain at utterly deplorable risk levels of violence, injury, and death, not only that we read in newspapers, but sometimes in our most deepest personal lives experience, way too many times, at the hands of men who purport to love them. There are two particular reasons for why fiercely protecting women's rights are critical that I want to lift out, though. Perhaps it is because I've spent the last 2 days in a leadership development workshop, and it's top of mind for me right now. But we all know that continuous innovation that is so core to sustainable economic and social development cannot and does not take place without courage. Courage to lead, courage to challenge, courage to maintain boundaries, and at times dish out a hard no. Courage to back at what at times could seem like crazy ideas. And most importantly, courage to stand up for what is undeniably right. None of this courage, though, can possibly be shown without vulnerability, be it visible or not. In my humble opinion, it has been my ongoing observation, perhaps as the mother of a boy child, that society teaches boys that it is not okay to cry or have, let alone show, emotions, whilst the girls get sugar and spice and all things nice rhetoric. Possibly, therefore, I don't know, maybe there are countless PhD studies that can prove or disprove it, because we're socialized by the societies we live in to build our emotional quotient and our social intelligence, many of the women I've met and experienced tend to inherently be more comfortable with their vulnerability, which then powerfully underpins the countless ways in which they bring their courage to the table in driving for better communities, economies, societies, and ultimately a better world. I mean, fellow women, don't we even try to build the bridge to find a way to maintain respect for others, even when they continuously are not showing us that which we have earned and are actually entitled to? As a side note and a little brag, I really must share. I have to brag that the portfolio I inherited a few months ago and am tasked with growing already consists of 73% of women. And out of our 9-person exco, 7 are women. We're definitely doing our bit for gender inclusivity. So before I announce our Businesswoman of the Year 2019, I have a message for the woman whose name I will shortly read to you. I don't know her name. People have been asking me all day if I know who's won. I have no clue. It's something that's formed on something I read that Indra Nooyi said. So if you don't know who Indra Nooyi is, Google her, check her out, watch her videos, read her stuff. She's a powerhouse of a woman. She served as the CEO of PepsiCo from 2006 to 2018. In that time, she did really bold things. She introduced a lot of strategies to transform culture, revolutionize and transform the business, the core business, future-proof it, and ensure its continued sustainability. Maybe if that sounds a bit fluffy, let me put it in numbers, corporate brat that I am. Under her 12-year leadership, the company's annual profit grew from $2.7 billion to $6.5 billion. She also served as a director on PepsiCo's board during that time, and after she left PepsiCo, she joined Amazon's board of directors at the beginning of this year. So what Indra says is, please help others rise. Greatness comes not from a position, but from helping build the future. We have an obligation to pull others up. So to this year's Namibian Businesswoman of the Year, I'd like to add my humble plea that you help build the future, fix other queens' crowns, and pull others up and forward with you. Director of Ceremonies, distinguished guests, thank you.
All right, Corinne, can we have the final results for tonight?
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2019 Namibian Businesswoman of the Year Awards Gala is awarded. Okay, do you want me to wait? DJ? Okay. So it goes to the category for the overall winner of, oh, sorry, apologies. We know where we are. Hendrina Hangon Dakola, can you come to the stage?
Zola Skovase. Où doit l'étal? Où? Rejapo, Umunzi Mongatala, Jumela Matisha na Facebook, Kiliwa Kanyenife, Kiliwa Nese, Galiti, Itilori Kesa Pinaela, Ego Wuti Hewe, Irile, Kari, Pine Monate, Naukati Motauna Irepina Wali, Dololo, Pinakie, Dololo, Pinakie, Dololo, Ale, Kineki Wutsepile, Kibona wa Meri di Sutu, Utreva Renjorua, Keremotu Orbola Isamadi we, Hamote Becha, Wenga Mona, Dololo.
extremely overwhelmed. First Lady Monica Genkos, the current businesswoman, Madam Nangula Kauluma, and all the former, and all the former businesswomen, admirable sponsors of this event, fellow participants and judges, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, and all protocol observed, good evening. I'm humbled and I'm honored to be standing on this stage in your presence. I would like to start by thanking the Almighty God, as I would not really be here if it was not for Him. He has been my provider throughout the journey, so thank you, Lord. I also would like to thank my family, my friends, and the entire team, and everybody else that has contributed to my success, directly and indirectly. To the sponsors and the organizers of this life-changing event, thank you for creating such a platform for us to learn and grow to greater heights. With this award, sorry, technology. With this award, I would continue to promote health in people's lives to the best of my ability. Having found my purpose in life, I'll also find means to encourage other women, especially young ones, to find their purpose. As I feel finding your purpose is the beginning of truly living your life. Greatness is determined by service. So I will encourage the young women and the women out there to serve and just serve wholeheartedly in their purpose. Because I promise you, service, when you serve significantly to make a difference, service plus significance always equals success. As I know that success does not come on a silver platter, I'll also share what I have learned over the years with the young women that are aspiring to be successful business women. And I thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Once again, Hendrina, Businesswoman of the Year 2019. Yeah, congratulations to her. There she goes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and that is how we come to the end of the 2019 edition of the Namibian Businesswoman of the Year. What a night it's been. Congratulations to all our winners and to all the ladies that are here and everybody watching. Hopefully you've been inspired to do something great and be great to where you are, because you are powerful in terms of what you have. You're more than enough to be great and to make a meaningful contribution that is within your society. So thank you to our judges, thank you to our auditors, Desiree, your team, thank you very much, and to everybody for coming through and celebrating that is a Namibian woman. So from my side, it's been an absolute pleasure being your host for the 2019 edition. Good night and God bless.
Go to my